Hello everyone and welcome to a new Let's Play of Unity of Command 2. This game came out yesterday, so I'm pretty excited to play this. I'll be starting up a new Victory in the West campaign here, and I will be doing that at classic difficulty. So that's the same difficulty as it used to be in the original Unity of Command. We'll be playing as the allies in the Western theater, of course. So we'll be going from Africa to Italy and to Northern or Western Europe after that. Either way, let's just get started. It's 1943 to 1945. Oh yeah, before we begin, during this LP, I'll be looking to get all the main objectives and secondary objectives on time. As usual, this game will then be able to provide you with the information you need to also get all of these objectives and achieve total dominance over the Axis, of course. After 3 dark years of countless disasters at the hands of the Axis powers, hello everyone and welcome to a new Let's Play of Unity of Command 2. This game got released yesterday and I'm pretty excited to play it. I will be starting up a Victory in the West campaign for this one. And as usual, I will be going for all the main objectives and secondary objectives on time. So as to achieve a, let's just say, brilliant victory on each mission here. Although the scoring system does work a little bit differently in Unity of Command 2 from the first Unity of Command, but I'll be going over that in a bit. Let's just get started here. Yeah, and before we begin, if you're looking for a detailed walkthrough as to how to play the game, you're in the wrong place. I've already seen some people posting detailed information as to how you can understand the basics of this game, and I think it might be better off if you would be checking that if you're looking for a specific piece of knowledge or something like that. Anyway, I'll be playing on classic difficulty. And like I said, it's the Victory in the West. After 3 dark years of countless disasters at the hands of the Axis powers, the fortunes of war seem to have turned. In North Africa, Commonwealth forces have advanced 2,000 kilometers since the battles of El Alamein. Meanwhile, Green American troops have recovered from their ordeals at Kasserine Pass. And so the long march to Berlin begins. Yeah, I was just fiddling around with the game for a little bit yesterday to get the basics under wraps. Alright, 6 army surrenders, nice, but we do have to get ahead of the Soviets when it comes to reaching Germany, of course, so they can't advance too fast, but I have the sensation that the Soviet Union is going to do as well as they did historically. Which gives us potential opportunity to do better than historically, which is of course capturing Berlin itself. Indeed. Alright, we do have all the theater assets, etc., but let's just leave those for now. I'm not too interested in buying those cards. Let's upgrade the core units first. First off, the US 2nd Corps. Let's get some operations so we can actually use suppressive fire and also the feint attack ability for the US 2nd Corps. And then I also want to expand on the rage and movement, getting me down to 0 prestige. Let's go back to the strategic map. We are hereby designated as Supreme Allied Commander, will enter the continent of Europe and in conjunction with the other United Nations undertake operations aimed at the heart of Nazi Germany and her allies. So back to the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean presents an opportunity to put pressure on the Nazis until an invasion of Northern Europe can be launched. Starting with Operation Overlord, this theater will likely become a matter of secondary importance. We'll see. Let's end the conference, which is the only time you can upgrade your HQs outside of bonuses that the game bestows upon those units. But Yeah, that's the only time you can do that, during a conference. And I can only assume that the next conference will be after Operation Husky. That's at least how it looks like, because otherwise I think this game would be showing a bit more of the missions, I think, maybe. The designers do claim that there is a dynamic map in this game, so I'm curious to see how ahistorical we can get, even in the Mediterranean theater. We'll see. Either way, I have to read the description first. It's Wadi Akarit, April 6th, 1943. While US forces have been halted near Guettar and Maknassy, the British 8th Army has broken through the Mareth defensive line. Only the Wadi Akarit stands in the way of Montgomery's forces, breaking into open terrain. In the air, the Allies have gained the upper hand, and at sea, precious few Axis supply ships arrive intact in Tunisia. Indeed. So I'm hoping to deal them a decisive blow here. Alright, so our forces are converging towards a link-up in central Tunisia. US 2nd Corps and British 1st Army are to try and force the passes of the eastern dorsal range, and then cut off the Axis line of retreat from Wadi Akarit. Be wary of overextending your forces, though. At this stage in the Desert War, there's no need for unnecessary risks. Alright, so we have the Svax over here on turn 3, and Vidaville up here on turn 6. Fanduk Pass and Maknassy Pass both on turn 2, so those are pretty critical to try and aim for getting soon. Then the Fade Pass is turn 3, so you kind of want to create this breakthrough in the center as fast as possible to move towards these other objectives. Kairouan, I guess, on turn 4. So yeah, you also have to kind of break through towards the north. Alright. I think one of the most important things is to break through this defensive line here and then move your way up north and try to cut off these tanks here. Otherwise these guys will break out and they'll be more trouble than they're currently. Yeah, we can't really deploy anything so far. So like I said, this is a run in which I'm going for getting all the objectives on time. The way this game works is that the scoring is also influenced by enemy units killed, prisoners, casualties, and destroyed cities and bridges. So as for the scoring, it's actually randomized, and there's no real maximum score that you can get in each mission, just like with Unity of Command 1. So that's a bit different. That's also why I can't say, like, look, I want to get the maximum score, because it's just not there. Either way, let's start with the US. No, let's start down here. So, main forces. It's probably best to break through here, because this is an MTX, and then we might be able to go up from there. If they actually do retreat, that is. Alright, I got a better result, but they didn't retreat. Yeah, so let's use suppressor fire on them too. Move you back, you in here for now. So I can probably destroy this if I get a decent unit out there. Probably. Wow. Those results are awful, but at least for you. Alright, that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is probably the best they can do. Let's try to attack this. Ooh, 2 killed. Still a poor result. One thing that I could do is move through there with you. No, let's wait, because the thing is that These guys, they can't attack from that position, but I do want them to move up as fast as possible. But I also need to maximize my damage on the enemy units. Let's move you in there. Okay, that's a bit odd. I would have thought that that kind of... because this is hilly terrain. So I would think that with 5 movement is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it... oh, it's a road there. Okay. But then, could you move in there? No. How about you? Yes, you can. I think actually attacking one-on-one here is just fine. Even though it does not look like the greatest of results. Not gonna lie. They also still can't take the Deutsches Afrika Korps headquarters. But you can go all the way around and finish off those. Is it easier now? Can I take the headquarters? I still can't, because taking that headquarters unit on the first turn would have been pretty amazing, I think. But that's just not in the cards. Well, move you back at the very least. None of these guys have a decent attack, but only these guys do. I would at least like to attack it, because now you can go in here. Okay. Not everything has to go according to plan, I suppose. Let's not get in there. I also don't think that these attacks are that amazing. But maximizing damage is pretty important. Alright, let's just move you ahead. Okay, they spotted an enemy unit and that made them stop. Still can't get that. Do I want to attack that? It's a tricky question. Or this. All right, let's just first of all just use this one suppression. Because regular movement is up here, that's one more hex, but it might be pretty important to move that one hex. I need to get the Fundu pass first, so let's attack that. And move in there. I don't think using my step will particularly help. No, it does not. I do get rail supply from there, from up here, so that works its way through here. 0.3 suppression on average. No thanks. Yeah, let's move you to the supply point. And you down here. Moving them anywhere else would be rather silly and useless, so not really looking to do anything there. Let's move that HQ. Save for the US HQ. No, wow. I wanted to move it right next to this. So that was weird. Let's attack. That would almost cut off. Yeah, no, it's fine, I think. Okay, so what I can do is move you in here, you up here, and these in here. And then start moving some of the infantry up north, and that's kind of about it, almost. Yeah, let's just attack the 30th Light Africa. Oh wow, okay. Counter-attack ability, huh? I didn't know that the enemy could already have abilities like that on the first turn. That kinda sucks. Alright. Guess that's it though. Okay. Alright, they moved the tank in there instead of the other unit. Yeah. Okay, so they kind of stayed in there. They also had their flak. Let's use suppressive fire. They didn't get out of their entrenchments though. But I have the sensation that might be able to cut off the unit at the Faid Pass in order to make it more easy. Do you have any steps that you could... No. Well, with this infantry, I think attacking 1-1 is still decent. And I need to get to Sfax, so that's kind of the thing. Could do a feint here. Sure. And then move through with this armor. Tag those guys. Okay. Let's do some aerial recon first, because they don't have any enemy units. Or they don't have any units there. Okay. How about up here? Also none in that particular direction. Did I not move you guys? I mean, maybe. Well... What if I use this? 1.5 suppression. That's also attack. 1 killed. Yeah, I kind of have to move back with these because otherwise I'm just not getting there. Although this attack should also work. Let's move up and attack. And they did retreat. Let's try and do that later, because if I get more points, I can actually get another CP for them. And change that from 4 to 5. So that's a lot better than what I had before. These guys are... Is the first British? And they're out of range? Okay. I guess they are. That's just no good. But I can cut them off to make them out of supply for a second turn at the very least. Could I do another feint attack? Guess I could. Really? Okay. I mean, I need to take that on turn 4. Oh no, I need to take that now indeed. Wow. Take that. The only problem is this 999th Africa Division. The 999th. Well, okay. Let's move back because, yeah, one of my biggest concerns is that they're going to cut them off there. Which they might just as well do anyhow. Not gonna lie, those results are not particularly great. But let's cut them off. A few out there. And I guess finish off the tank. It's very tricky because I do need to get the Sfax on turn 3 too. I think the only way I might be able to get there is by moving in here. Did get a lot of stuff from them. So I hope that helps. So this prevents these guys from moving in there, so I can actually move further ahead with them. But you're out of supply too. So if I were to go to 4 with you guys... No. I'm surprised they cannot even go in there. Both of them. Not gonna lie, those results are pretty poor. I know these guys won't be able to attack me anymore, but still. Oh, that was a very nice outcome. Now I kind of want to then just grab this to get the supply back. And I don't even know whether I can lose the Maknassy pass again. It kind of looks like I can. It doesn't say that I need to hold it. And I did get the reward for that. But, oh well. Supposedly, they are in supply. But I actually want to upgrade this at least for one. Okay, so I should be able to get into the Faid Pass on the next turn without too much difficulty, I hope. And to be fair, I'm actually really afraid that these guys will go down, then cross, and then go in here. It's unfortunate that I can't see the enemy movement. They have 8 movement though, which is crazy. I probably just need to keep these guys here in order to make sure that these guys don't get there. And let's see my units though. No, okay, let's end the turn. And I upgrade that unit. Let's see. Okay. That doesn't help you at all. Okay. Very good. We have to yeah, we have to get the Faid Pass on this turn though. And be careful because these guys might get out of supply, which would also not be good. This is fine. Don't need to attack these guys now. I also need to get into Sfax now. Let's see though. Okay, let's do that later again if I can. They must have leveled up, I think, somehow. Just now. Ah, okay, they have a pretty decent shot. Let's use this. There seems to be nothing in there. Let's just grab that, get them in supply, then attack, get the Faid Pass. Surprised these guys still stayed there. But it's time for me to start moving. I need to capture Kairan on turn 4 anyhow. And okay, let's finish you off. There's nothing else that can okay, they can capture it. If they try hard enough. Maybe some of the rear tanks could do it too, because that'd be better. But I don't think they can. And they can never attack Svax, so they might just as well go in here. Okay, they do have something. Just a weakened infantry. Well, I'll have to attack. Even though it does cost me a bit of that tank unit. Because I do need to capture Svax on turn 3 in order to get there. And that sucks, but at least the unit isn't destroyed, so... That's not the end of the world. And that means that I'm gonna start working on some of these guys as well. Wow. And I can do that with the infantry because the these guys will not be able to get all the way up there anyhow. So I'd better just play it safe. I still don't want them to cut me off though. And I think this is a pretty secure way to do that. So I'm looking pretty good here. All of these guys will be fully out of supply. They can't attack. No, it's just one suppression that ain't gonna cut it. Yeah, they can just move forward. Up north. There's probably nothing in there. Or here. So I also want to leave this Italian tank, which will be out of supply for 2 turns. At the very least. As well. No, I'm still just afraid of these. Okay. So, in order to get this on turn 4, I do need to move forward with you guys as well. 50% overrun. Let's try. No luck on that, but... that's a shame. But I probably get to take that on the next turn, so... Yeah. Let's see then. In order to make sure that they don't cut me off, move you all the way up there. And I'll move these in here, which is relatively close to the end anyhow. Yeah, so these guys could move up in here. That would get some of these guys out of supply for 1 turn, but I don't really care for that. Alright, let's do it like this. That was a bit of a mistake, not gonna lie. Thing is... This cuts them off. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's move you all the way up. Let's do a feint attack to at least give them one suppression, which will help, I think, later on. If they're out of supply now, which is unlikely. Enemy supply, yeah. Alright. And I do get to upgrade the second US again for a second command point. And I will. What do you get to use, though? This is fine because these guys can't attack from the next turn. And a British second, or the US second. Which units do you have? This guy and these two. So I also need to move them up to Sidi Bouzid. I guess these guys are still not in there then, but oh well. Let's take a look. So, in the turn, okay, moving back, huh? Yep. Okay. Thought I cut off the Deutsches Afrika Corps, but I guess they're back. Oh, they got a second overrun. Let's take those there prisoners. Wow. Still got a step, huh? That's good for them. Let's attack. And alright, let's leave those guys. Move these as much ahead as possible, although to be fair, it might not matter too much for these. Still, doing a bit of a land grab is always good. Let's attack. That just finished them off outright. It's turn 4. So I still have some time here. Your rear units do get to go first, but this is apparently terrain that I can't just go and cross. If I do this, 2 suppression, sure. Because that will allow me to use none of those. What are your retreat chances? Pretty high. Which means I can go in here as well and attack them. you back. Do a feint attack to get another suppression going. Although okay, they have a weakened unit in there. I just finished. Wow. Yeah, let's move you 1 hex. Okay. Let's get them out of there. Take the city. Move you to the side. Attack again. No overrun though. Kinda sad about that. Let's take those prisoners. Yeah, of course they had a unit in there. It's no surprise, but it wasn't about that. Okay. Take Zeus. Let's see which units do still get the move. There. Let's see the enemy supply though. Everything is cut off. And we're quite a bit ahead of the game here, to be honest. Let's move the British 8th all the way up here. British 1st in here. And the US 1st in here. There we go. And I'm not gonna attack because I have the turns to not worry about that. Let's take a look at my supply. I have some units which are not in supply. Let's make a new supply point up there. There we go. And one last peek. Nope, nothing left. What will the enemy do? Wow. That kind of sucks that they still get to do that. Oh well. Yeah. Take all of that. Take a bit more territory as well. Also, this will allow me to find out whether there are still enemy units there. Which does take into account the point. So, oh yeah, I get -5 for that city being destroyed, huh? That's unfortunate. What will this do? 2 suppression or only 1? Let's go to that side. Disband that. I do have one more turn to take Endafil. So I want to position myself to potentially also take down some of those guys. No feint attack, huh? Well... yeah, let's do another one of those. Okay, well... let's see, though. No, they're out of range there. Okay. That did get rid of their last... but it's still just 1-1. Well, like I said, I'll just do this in such a way that they'll be out of supply for 2 turns. The only unfortunate thing is that they will have another air attack. So that is the most unfortunate thing, but I wasn't able to take it down now without too many casualties, so... end the turn. Okay, only 3 suppression. Fine. Use the suppression on them. And on them, didn't do a whole lot for those guys. Nice. I'll just use that there feint attack on this to at least finish off those guys, which is not bad. Do that. And of course you cannot attack. Feint attacks don't work either. It's just gonna have to do it with old-fashioned heavy attacks here. And take it. Alright. That went fairly well, if I say so myself. Definitely trying to mop up, but with them retreating into that particular place. Come on. Can you move? No. So I won't be able to take down that last piece. No. Oh well. Either way, that will be the end of it. Yeah, that went well for first mission. Like I said, it's a bit randomized because, yeah, we got casualties for minus 12 points and then also destroyed cities and bridges for minus 5. So, yeah, technically, I guess you could do better because if I probably killed this, I probably would have had this at 70. But then again, the prisoners, you don't, that's also randomized. I think I don't think there's a maximum. I'm not sure. So I was never going to get no casualties, so you'll always get some points there, and this is also random if you attack a city like that with, for example, the bombs or the artillery. But I think overall that went well, and I did get all the objectives here. Yeah, so let's end it. Silly that they get to do that, but okay. Yes, I got all the objectives taken on time. And I also got all the secondary objectives, although it doesn't show there. So yeah, they kind of claim then that it's an allied victory. There's no major victory or something like that. At least I haven't seen that. There are a few losses, I suppose. Yeah. Still, I got me this here golden medal. So the game does work with these golden-like medals in the sense that you can, if you get your objectives on time, you get a gold medal. Otherwise, you don't get a gold medal, I suppose. Yeah. So that worked out well. And like I said, you can't upgrade these while you're not in a conference, but we'll be able to replenish our forces in the next mission. For now, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first part. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Tunis. Take care and see you then. Bye-bye.